I could possibly to say to you graduates to inspire you when you're already the embodiment of inspiration. You see, last year at this time, we were all trying to wrap our heads around the end of the school year being canceled. And we did what we could to celebrate with those seniors that had their senior year, their last year in high school, abruptly cut off from them. No one was yet talking about all of you sitting here today and all of the challenging unknowns that you would soon be facing during your senior year. Mostly because we all kept hoping everything would go back to normal. And as we now know, it did not even a little bit. In fact, your entire senior year was one big unknown factor. When you think back, I'm sure you wondered, would we start the school year on time? Will we be face-to-face? Will we wear masks? Will we be behind because we missed out on some classes? Will we have homecoming and dances and clubs and competitions? And if we have those events, what will they look like? How will virtual learning look? Will we be prepared for college? How will I stay caught up if I'm quarantined? Why are the rules changing daily? That was probably the #1 question. All of these unknowns, and yet all of you sitting here persevered. Even the normal senior unknowns, such as choosing a school, a career path, planning for prom, graduation parties, came with unique stipulations. No graduates have ever dealt with that before. Many aspects of your senior year and future planning were done virtually and did not meet the exciting expectations that all of you had to some extent. Yet here you are, having persevered through every unknown obstacle that was thrown in your pathway this year. You have navigated the rough waters of arguably one of the most divisive and emotionally charged school years in the realms of politics, spiritualism, and social justice. Nothing about this year has fit into our vision of normalcy. We saw people dividing in opposite directions on every issue. We saw long-standing standards and systems changing rapidly. We were forced outside of our comfort zones, yet here you are in your caps and gowns, having adapted, moving forward, fulfilling requirements, meeting goals, and setting new ones. You have persevered. There was no way for you to complete your senior year as the same person that began your senior year. You mapped out a course for all to follow. You exemplified perseverance as pioneers in this new world. You must continue to build on that foundation that you have laid. Every day that you wake up, you have been given the chance to do right and choose right. I implore you to venture through that narrow gate when you see everyone else sprinting towards the wide gate. It will not be easy, but you have already known difficulty and you've seen uncertainty. You know what it looks like because you've stared it in the eye and you have conquered it. You would not be sitting here today if you had not found the will to drive forward and succeed. It may not have always looked graceful, and it may have taken more than one attempt in certain situations. You have shown your capacity, though, to respond with fruitful grace instead of reacting with unfruitful emotion. You have exhibited your ability to succeed in unknown circumstances. And in doing so, you have fine-tuned those skills needed to face and conquer all that your future holds. Your family, your school, your community members are all here today to celebrate you and recognize your immense accomplishments through this erratic time. We know, and you should now also know, that you are worthy of this recognition, and through your exemplified determination, you are certainly ready, prepared, and able for all that your future holds. You are the class of 2021, and you will persevere. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Members of the audience, family, relatives, and friends, it is now time to present the graduates. I would like to remind you that this is an occasion of dignity and importance that deserves our respect. So I respectfully ask that you restrain your enthusiasm and hold your applause until the entire class is presented. Thank you. Mr. Rod Lynch, School Board President, and Mr. Dan Mader, Superintendent of Schools, Would you please stand? The group of students seated before you have met the standards set forth by the Iowa State Department of Education, and they have met the requirements of the Davis County Community School Board of Education for graduation. It is my pleasure to recommend that they receive a diploma of graduation. Samantha Dawn Albers. Aubrey Nicole Bachman. Sadie Ann Bailey. Cajun Miles Batterson. Allison Shea Bennett. Jaden Christian Brenniger. Toby Clayton Buck. Jaden Brayley Campbell. Tyler Allen Klosser. Clayton Pierce Collier. Reagan Hartzler Combs. Roman Stewart Combs. Kenneth James Cronin. Bryce Ann Dixon. Jasmine Marie Fernandez. Caitlin Joanne Fincher. Ivan Alexis Garcia. Autumn Kathleen Garner. Cassandra Gail Gideon. Clayton John Gilchrist. Glenn Eugene Goodson. Melanie Charlene Herr. Alexander Joseph Blaze Hopkins. Sierra Renee Hopwood. Austin Michael Hoagland. Serena Nicole Hubbard. Cameron William Jackson. Kiana Lois Ann Jefferson. Hannah Marie Johnson. Lane Eugene Johnson. Joshua Hunter Jones. Morgan Deborah Kloss. Alexis Marie Knapp. Isabella Brianne Cruiser. Kennedy Marie Lee. Chase Trenton Lindsay. Nivik Lee Link. Alexander Evan Lynch. Ashton Taylor Lyons. Dalton Robert Main. Tristan Thomas Marks. Caleb James Martin. Madison Nicole Matheny. Angelia Hope McCoy. Clayton Ronald McFarland. James Michael McNary. Nicholas Christopher Miller. Kyle Jacob Miller. Odessa Renee Miranda. Jacqueline Elizabeth Muldoon in absentia. Olivia Annette Murray. David Aaron Nash. Bridget Paige Nikolai. Carter Lee Olinger in absentia. Chelsea Ann Olinger. Austin David Payne. Morgan Rael Petefish. Colton Lee Prevost. Xander Rydan Price. Aiden Quinn Ryan. Zane Dexter Scott in absentia. Samantha Nicole Shelton. Sadie Jane Shively. Weston Troy Shively. Xander Lee Small. Alyssa Renee Small. Clayton Edward Smith. Brianna Nicole Sullivan. Avery Lynn Virginia Thompson. Isabella Ruth Josefina Tranquilino. Tatum Nicole Turner. Jessica Paige Umlauf. Cody Robert Van Horn. Jessica Ann Ware. Maxwell Evan Weeks. Frederick Ryan Wiley. Isaiah Richard Wood. Leela Rose Wood, in absentia. Carson James Zittler. Noah Lee Smolik.
It is true. We are no longer high school students. We have already submitted the paperwork, and we are officially graduated. But it doesn't feel like it. Walking to the school to fill out the routine paperwork does not feel like a satisfying end to the 3.5 years that we spent at the school. In a certain way, this graduation ceremony doesn't change much. You have already graduated. You are already adults, and you have the freedom to make your own choices for the future. This ceremony is so we can all see each other in these robes and to recognize each other for making it this far. And it is good to take time to do this, as so much has been accomplished already. I don't know where each of our paths will take us, but I do know that we have at least all graduated from the same place, and that means something.
We may have humble beginnings, but that does not mean we will achieve less. I believe that all of you can make the difference you want to see in the world. Take off your class rings. Turn the ring so the numbers are facing you, and put the ring back on. Take your tassel in your hand and move it to the left side of your cap. I'm glad I was not the only person to struggle with that. These acts themselves did almost nothing. Your ring is now backwards, and the tassel's on the other side of your hat. But they are symbolic. They are not to be some Herculean task before, because we have crossed the finish line. This is our finish line. And I am proud of all the people I see in front of me today. I am not proud of you for being here. I am proud of you for being at school every other day, for the 13 years of work you have put in to get to this point. And you should be proud of yourself for reaching this point as well. Moving the tassel did not make you graduates. The work you did is what led you here. Thank you.
Good afternoon, family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates. For some, this ending comes bittersweet, and for others, this ceremony comes as a relief as we move on to the adult world. 4 years ago, we walked down these halls as freshmen, frightened and excited at the idea of high school. Now we leave behind this school to a group of new leaders. We've accomplished an education that will serve as the platform needed to launch ourselves into the future. Our high school career has given us the opportunity to learn and grow as individuals. But for most of us, we have larger goals and ambitions planned for the next chapter of our lives. Our future is not a distant reality anymore. It begins here. Davis County Class of 2021. Your future is now up to you. Whether you attend a four-year university or pursue other careers, be the best at what you do. High school graduation is just one step closer to achieving your next goal. As you leave this ceremony today, remember our diplomas are more than just a piece of paper. Each one represents 13 years of hard work, countless hours studying, and the tools we need to be successful. Remember these lessons and use these tools we have been given. None of this would be possible today without all of the support we have received over the last 13 years. Thank you, parents, for being there through early mornings and late nights. Thank you for being there for us on days we struggled and for being our biggest cheerleaders. Thank you, teachers, for advocating for our education by spending countless hours setting up lesson plans, grading papers, and staying after school to help us achieve our academic goals. Thank you, administration, for your organization, your guidance, and for holding us accountable. And finally, thank you to the support staff for feeding us, cleaning our messes, and making sure we arrive at our destinations. Today, embrace your parents, teachers, coaches, and mentors as they have shaped you to become strong enough to withstand the pressures of life. Embrace each other. We accomplish this journey together. Congratulations, Davis County Class of 2020-21. We did it.
Today, we close a chapter of our lives to start a new one. We will look back on these days for the rest of our lives, the relationships we have created, and the memories we will remember. Wherever tomorrow takes us in our hearts, we know this will be where we came from. When one of us becomes president, when one of us invents the next big thing, when one of us goes TikTok viral, when one of us becomes the next great mom and dad, we will remember to represent Davis County proudly. Thank you to everyone here today and the ones that could not be here today. You have helped us through good times and bad. We, as a class, have persisted through very hard times, which has molded us into the individuals we are today. Tomorrow, we will start a new chapter of our lives. We will look into the future with bright and optimistic hearts. Our journey throughout life will be filled with joy and happiness, but the journey will not be easy and will take lots of effort and hard work. A few weeks ago, I was scrolling through social media, as any 18-year-old kid would do, and I came across a quote. The quote read, "Hard times create hard men. Strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times." As we enter this new chapter, be hard men and women. Don't make life any harder than it's going to be, because it's going to be pretty hard. Personally, I would like to thank Davis County Community Schools for being a safe and educational place. This school has been a place where I have found friends and mentors that I will cherish forever. To my friends, thank you for all the memories we have created together, and I hope you feel the same gratitude as I do today. To the administration, thank you for being a role model to us. Thank you for being there every day, asking about our lives outside of school and our families. To all the teachers, thank you for giving us the respect that we deserved. Thank you for holding us accountable for our actions and our schoolwork. To our coaches, thank you for pushing us to be our very best. Without all of you pushing us to the next level, we would not have the opportunities we are blessed with today. Thank you, Davis County High School, for everything you have done for me and the class of 2021. Thank you.
have told me, babe, that someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
I was thinking about the band, I was thinking about the fans. We were underground, loading merch in that 12-passenger van, in a small club in Minnesota, and the snow outside of First Ave. I just wanted my name in the star. Now look at where we at, still growing up, still growing up. I would lay in my bed and dream about what I've become. Couldn't wait to get older, couldn't wait to be some. Now that I'm here, wishing I was still young. Those good old days.
I wish somebody would've told me, babe, that someday these would be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. 'Cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days.
Wish I didn't think I had the answers. Wish I didn't drink all of that glass first. Wish I made it to homecoming, got up the courage to ask her. Wish I would've gotten out of my shell. Wish I put the bottle back on that shelf. Wish I wouldn't have worried about what other people thought and felt comfortable with myself. Rooftop open, and the stars above. Moment frozen, sneaking out and falling in love. Me, you, and that futon, we just begun. On the grass dreaming, figuring out who I